including air, 2 nights hotel at the Penry West Hollywood, one of our newest, most beautiful hotels, and not 1, but 2 nights out in West Hollywood at 2 of our hottest new restaurants. So all of you in this room are already registered because you're here. But at the end of the presentation, there's going to be a barcode up there, a QR code rather, that you can scan, and it'll stay in touch with you. It'll also register you for that, but please note that because you're here, you are registered already for a chance to win, and we'll make that announcement tomorrow. So look forward to that. We look forward to the lucky winner coming to West Hollywood, and we welcome all of you at any time. So thanks for joining us today. Before I begin, I would like to extend our thanks to Roger, Malcolm, Kathy, the whole U.S. travel team for putting on yet another great IPW. I hate to tell you, I've been coming to IPW for 30 years, 26 IPWs altogether. I think this is my 7th or 8th in Orlando. And thanks to Cassandra and her group as well at Visit Orlando for really putting on a fantastic IPW. Orlando really knows how to do it. We're looking forward to welcoming you to IPW in 2024 in Los Angeles, and I expect to see all of you in West Hollywood for sure, so look forward to that. You know, West Hollywood is not a really, there we go, that's the slide I want. West Hollywood is not really a very large city. We're really 2 square miles. Think of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a sprawling city, as you know. West Hollywood is the center of LA, literally and figuratively. We're in the middle of LA. On the one side we have Hollywood. On the other side we have beautiful Beverly Hills. We're only 12 miles from LAX, Los Angeles International Airport. We're 10 miles from the beaches, the fun beaches of Venice. We're 9 miles from world-famous Universal Studios. Hollywood is right on our doorstep, where you can see the Chinese Theater, the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign, things that are really popular for our visitors to experience, all right on our doorstep. Also, West Hollywood is California's most walkable city. So what that means to you is that when you come to Los Angeles now, you don't need a car anymore. You know, Los Angeles can be very daunting with our very complex freeway system and because of how large the city is. But now, you don't need a car anymore. You can land at Los Angeles International Airport, take a taxi, Uber, Lyft to your hotel in West Hollywood, walk all around our beautiful city and enjoy everything we have to offer, shopping, dining, restaurants, nightlife. And if you want to go to the places I was just speaking about, grab a hop-on, hop-off bus, take Uber or Lyft. They're readily available. They're not very expensive. And when you look at the cost of renting a car now with the rental cost, the insurance, the fuel, the parking fees, this is a better way to travel. It's a better way to enjoy Los Angeles. It's a better way to enjoy West Hollywood, basing your stay in our beautiful, little compact, but fun and exciting town. You know, we are really well known for the famous Sunset Strip. You guys all know Sunset Boulevard. It's a great street. It is the center of entertainment for all of Los Angeles, not just for West Hollywood, but all of Los Angeles. You think of like the paparazzi and the photos they take of famous people coming and going in restaurants or clubs. Even though they say that's Los Angeles a lot of times, all of that takes place in West Hollywood. The nightlife you're looking for, the celebrity spotting that so many people love when they come to LA, it really takes place in West Hollywood. We do have the hottest live music scene on the Strip, but it's really the best entertainment there for sure. We have world-class dining in West Hollywood, modern luxury, iconic boutique hotels, which I'll speak about in just a moment in a little bit more detail. Trend-setting wellness gyms. We like to think in California, and certainly in West Hollywood, we like to take care of ourselves. I'm not sure that's true. I don't do that very well myself, but we like to think of it that way. One-of-a-kind stores, one-of-a-kind shops. The design district in West Hollywood, really our whole town has a great selection of one-of-a-kind shopping. As I mentioned, we're California's most walkable city. We're diverse, inclusive, and I'll also add a very welcoming community. West Hollywood welcomes visitors from all over the world. We like people that are different from us. So no matter where you come from, no matter who you are, you can be yourself and you can enjoy West Hollywood and we will welcome you. Our city is divided into 3 neighborhoods: the Sunset Strip, Santa Monica Boulevard, and the Design District. On the Strip, as you can see that beautiful street there, maybe it's a little bit clearer here, really a great part of West Hollywood. Lots of bars and clubs there to enjoy, restaurants as well. We've got the world-famous Viper Room, the Comedy Club, the Whiskey A Go-Go, the Roxy, the Rainbow. So you can always see live entertainment any night of the week in West Hollywood. You can walk between any of these beautiful establishments. We've also got great hotels, so you can stay at any of our hotels on the Strip and just right side of your door, great dining and entertainment. We've got places like the Sunset Tower. This is a hotel that was built as an apartment building in the 1930s. It is now a very sexy boutique hotel with 80 rooms. It has the most star-studded restaurant in all of Los Angeles. If you want to go have dinner sometime and maybe sit next to somebody famous, go to the Tower Bar at the Sunset Tower Hotel. I guarantee you will see somebody very, very famous there. It's a fun place. Food is great as well. Sunset Boulevard is also home to other great hotels such as the Andaz, part of the Hyatt Group, the Mundial Hotel with its very famous Sky Bar, which is a super popular place to hang out, the London West Hollywood, largest hotel rooms, probably in all of Los Angeles. Average size of the room there, 700 square feet, 67 square meters. They also have the largest penthouse apartment suite in all of Los Angeles. 1,100 square meters, 10,000 square feet, Vivian Westwood penthouse at the London. It is not available this summer because they have a very, obviously rich person, but a very famous person who's rented it for 4 months straight, so go figure. But it is a beautiful hotel. Also home to the new Marriott Edition Hotel, which I'm going to speak about in a moment. You see that that image up there of the beautiful sunset over the pool. That is from the Edition, and I think the Edition has the most beautiful views in all of Los Angeles from their rooftop. Next, from Santa Monica Boulevard, we refer to this as the Rainbow District. It really is the heart of the LGBTQ, gay and lesbian lifestyle that our city is most famous for. Right now, the restaurants, the clubs, the bars are all open there, and they are very, very fun. They're all a lot of activity going on there again, a lot of nightlife for sure. It's also home to the Ramada Plaza Hotel. When I talk about West Hollywood being the center of Los Angeles, this really is the center of West Hollywood. And our board chair, Mr. Bill Karpak, is here with us. Bill, thank you for joining us. He's the general manager of this really fantastic hotel. You can stay at the Ramada and truly have everything right outside of your door. Responsibly. Ecology, environment, etc. I think as we look at some of the challenges we face in the travel industry, certainly the environmental impact that travel has is a concern that is elevating for all of us. The one hotel is really setting a roadmap for us to follow in this regard, and I think we should pay very close attention to them, and we're very happy that they are now a new member of our hotel community. Pools, pools, pools. So, you know, we have great weather in California. Every day there's sunshine and warm weather, we like to think anyway. Every one of our hotels in West Hollywood, of course, have pools. Most of them are on the rooftops, providing spectacular backdrops for a day of relaxation around the pool. A lot of times they'll have entertainment up there as well. So you can have a really fun escape from like everyday life to come to West Hollywood, hang out in our pools and enjoy, which a lot of people do. Dining, 300 restaurants in 2 square miles, so it's hard to not find something that you like. There literally is cuisine for whatever the visitors are looking for, anything from a simple, quick meal to a full 5-star experience. We are very honored that 12 of our restaurants have been recommended by Michelin with the Vip Gourmand, which is a very nice honor. And one of our restaurants, a Japanese sushi restaurant, has received 2 Michelin stars, which is really quite an honor. I mentioned shopping before, not only on Melrose Avenue, but really anywhere in West Hollywood, you'll find one-of-a-kind shops that are unique to our city, unique to our state for sure. You know, we have a more traditional shopping nearby, such as Macy's, Bloomingdale's, the shopping mall experience, certainly the upscale boutiques, but none of that exists in West Hollywood. But what we have instead are shops that you won't find anywhere else. So please, when you come to West Hollywood, make sure you explore everything we have to offer there. It's really a fantastic one-of-a-kind shopping experience. And we have nearby attractions, of course. Southern California is rich with attractions, whether you're looking to go to something like Universal Studios, which is just on our doorstep. Though Universal here in Orlando is very much a theme park, it is in Los Angeles as well. But Universal Studios is also the largest film and television studio in the world, and you can really get a behind-the-scenes tour of how film and television shows are made when you go to Universal Studios. Right across the street from Universal is Warner Brothers. I think they offer perhaps the best behind-the-scenes look at film production in all of Los Angeles, so make sure you check that out as well. The beaches of Venice, you want to watch people? Go to Venice, there's crazy people watching there for sure. As I mentioned, Hollywood is on our doorstep, Beverly Hills is on our doorstep. And I'd be remiss if I did not mention our newest attraction that we're very honored to have in West Hollywood is the Academy, I never get it right, Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. It's not that hard a thing to mention, but I never can say it correctly, but there you go. The Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. It's the photo on the left of the slide. The front building was an old department store built in 1939, a very cool Art Deco building that had been abandoned, quite frankly, for a number of years. It has been renovated into this beautiful museum that tells the story of film history in Los Angeles from the very beginning up to modern days. It opened in September to great reviews with good reasons. Behind it is a beautiful glass dome that was designed and constructed by Renzo Piano, the famous Italian architect. For those of you from London or have been to London, he was the architect of the Shard. He's also the Georges Pompidou Center in Paris, as well as numerous other buildings throughout the world. So we're very honored that Renzo Piano designed this structure. What's great about it is after you go to this museum, you can walk out into this dome, and you have this expanse of West Hollywood and the Hollywood sign. And it really ties and connects what you've just seen in the museum to where this all started and really began. It's a fantastic museum. It's something you have to check out when you come to West Hollywood. I know you'll enjoy it. It's a one-of-a-kind experience. So I've given you a great overview of our wonderful city and hope to encourage you to come and visit us. At this point, I'd like to turn over to my colleague and friend, Jeff Morris, our Chief Marketing Officer. And Jeff's going to tell you a little bit about how we market our destination, some of the new things we're doing as well. Jeff.
We interviewed people like Mary Taw. Mary owns a store called Minotti. She brought Italian design to Los Angeles with her store Minotti in the design district. Kirk Myers started a celebrity wellness gym in New York City and brought it to West Hollywood because he knows that's where the celebrities like to hang out and need to stay in shape for their movies. Mia Moretti is a world-class DJ who's actually also has a residency with Katy Perry and does all of her after parties. Her home is in West Hollywood and she does all of our after parties for us as well. Adair Curtis is an interior designer who, along with his husband, has a show on Netflix called Styling Hollywood. And Adair shops exclusively in the design district of West Hollywood. And then Tommy Black. You won't meet a cooler guy than Tommy Black or has more interesting stories. He is the general manager of the Viper Room on Sunset Boulevard. So we did quick films with all of those. I'm going to show you a quick intro to that.
Truly is the heart of Los Angeles.
She's the person you want to meet at the party.
In West Hollywood, people can be whatever they want, whenever they want.
And there's a cool little spot in every channel, but nothing's like West Hollywood.
Maybe that's exactly why we're here.
So one of our creators that I didn't mention, I'm really honored that traveled here with us today. He is the chef and owner of Test Restaurant, which is right at the base of the One Hotel, and he also is the chef and owner of Fanny's at the Academy Museum. His name, I should click this slide. Let's watch his film real quick.
Is the heart of Los Angeles.
She's the person you want to meet at the party.
In West Hollywood, people can be whatever they want, whenever they want. I was living, working in Brussels, Paris, London, in Asia, Hong Kong, and then exploring also Africa for like spices, and then accomplished my dream, which was moving to America. I ended up here in West Hollywood. My adventure started with a friendship, and from friendship we started to create our first restaurant, which is Test, at the wine store on Sunset Boulevard. The dining scene in West Hollywood is booming. It's happening around Test and down and pretty much everywhere. We are known for charcuterie, good bread that you make in-house, and then very good wine. I truly think that West Hollywood is the heart of Los Angeles. People can be whatever they want, whenever they want.